see if we can do it. Oh dear. Let's see if there's any new cars. I've got £1,428,880, which is not a lot, but let's have a look at the FIA is at. That's just about the Racing Association. Can we afford a Zonda? Yes, we can. No, we can't. Only 400 grand to get a Pagani Zonda. Get this one. This is the one that the Stig had a crash in, I think. Oh, 600 grand for an N700. No, thank you. Be nice in real life. I'll take one in real life, but I think that's probably about a month. But let's see what Lewis Hamilton's concept car would be if he designed a car. It's just about him. So it's where he was born, his date of birth. Oh, he's only 2 years older than me. 2 years and 5 months. Flipping out. That's mad, isn't it? And there's his museum of his championships. If we had some money in the bank, we'd be doing the Lewis Hamilton challenge. Michelin. Alfa Romeo, Ferrari. See, I like Ferraris, but I like the high revingness of the Ferrari. They're very high revving, low torque engines. I don't know if you notice when you hear them. See, I've got there. Car of the future. Look at them rims, man. Them rims are sick. Aerodynamics on that, it's like freaking. No, thank you. It's just gonna slip and slide everywhere. Now that's a classic. Own one of them in real life, definitely. Got to, ain't ya? I've got the Formula 1 car. 200. Can you get the original Ford GT? Let's have a look at Ford a minute. No, the Ford that won Le Mans 66. Is there a Ford 66? I think I've already got it, to be fair. Mustang Mark 1. Ford GT06, GR3 rally car, Ford GT 2007. And there's the winning car built by Ken Miles. Oh, £2 million. And then this was the successor. So I wonder if that one was built by Old Fashioned Tuning and Mechanics, and then the Mark IV, freaking it. Had better acceleration, better braking, but less stability. I've got a Tesla already. Freaking weird Teslas when you're driving them on here to race. I've already got the Tesla, but the Tesla's weird. It isn't a Tesla race car. Shelby. Which one? The Daytona? Do you need the toilet? Which one? The Daytona? Oh, that's 15 million. That's 2 million. That's 400 grand. I've already got that one. What, the Cobra AC engine? I don't know all about them. I just know what they're called. So endurance challenge in which Shelby Cobra competed, 5 from different GT classes, and engine displacement limitation was not established in order to defeat their rival Ferrari in this series. Shelby American decided to mount a large displacement engine in their entry. At the time, Ford conveniently had their 7-litre 427 side oiler pure. Oh, flipping out, I've lost space. I lost it. Can't keep up with that, man. Dodge Vipers, I've got the highest GR2. The GR2? GR2, I've got that one. And it's got the history of the cars and everything. Now I've got one of these. This car is sick for drifting. It is the most ludicrously fishtail back-end happy car you can drive. Oh, what am I doing? Right. What's in Super Formula? So this is a Honda Super Formula 2019. But it's a Formula 1 car though. Look at that, everything, carbon fibre. Look at the nose cone on it. Look how big that opening is. Like a gaping fish mouth. With a Cosworth steering wheel. Oh yeah, because Honda, in Formula 1, Honda are changing to Ford engines, aren't they? Toyota MR2. MR2 Mark 1 is probably the best one. That one. With the side, with the funnel cone exhaust that comes up to the top where the air's thinner. As opposed to sitting at the front of the hot engine. Yeah, so where's Honda's at? Typical Asia, and it's like they're all from Asia. I'll slap them all in the same category. Is there a Honda in here? Because I like the Honda CRX. I seen the CRX on Pimp My Ride years ago. Oh, there's Honda. CRX years ago, right? And they took it on Pimp My Ride. Do you want to get down? I don't want her to jump down because it might damage her ligaments and stuff like that, but she wants her toy off the floor. So I'm trying not to let her jump up and down on and off the sofa. She can get up onto a Honda Civic Type R, it's nice. I first seen that car in a car magazine on front of a hip hop magazine, to be fair, with some 20. She wanted the rabbit, not the rope. The S2000, that's quite a good slippery car. An SX, but yeah, oh yeah, that car looks fun. It's my favourite car anyway, the NSX GR3, it's what I race in most of the time. And there's a concept car. But yeah, I've seen the Honda CRX, and what they did to it, I was like, I'd like to own one of them, but it's really boxy shaped with a boxy thing. She's laying down by my feet now. So I don't want to sit on the sofa talking about cars with you. 603 brake horsepower. NSX Concept GT is a racing machine of Honda which raced 214 2016 to GC 500 plus the Superstar Race Series. The base NSX was conceived and the car was announced in 2012. Take a breath. So what the Mazda got? Mazda MX-5. I've been in those a couple of times in the passenger seat, and they are quick. They stick to the road like glue. I might get the Honda Vision, you know. Hope I don't regret it, because it's only a mil, and I've got a mil. Or I can just buy the car. It's £2.50. I'm going to have to go through the career mode to get the cars then. That NSX is the fastest out of them all. But I'm more interested in acceleration and stability and braking as opposed to max speed, because not all the time, if I've got good acceleration, good braking, a good top speed, not a level 10 max speed, and then good cornering stability, then you're probably going to win the race. Yamamoto livery or Izawa livery. What's the difference? One's a darker blue than the other. Let's see, there's nothing down there. You can't pick up. She's trying to pick up the laminate flooring. Now you got the Hyundai from the world of Squid Games. Okay, let's test it out on a quick track. You got half a tennis ball. Decided to go up half tennis ball. Let's choose a nice simple track. Considering it's a Honda engine, let's do Red Bull Ring. We'll do short track or long track. Let's do the long track. It's got that tight right hander at the end. It's got 1, 2, 3 tight turns, long bank turns, which are quite deceiving because you think you can go straight in high speed. You can in the Formula One car, in the AMG 2017 car, in the Petronas Mercedes, you can then, but you can't on these. Let's just do a normal daytime track. Looks mean as frick, doesn't it? Whereas Mercedes cars are all torque, as in like a lot of pulling power. Probably tow a caravan with a Mercedes. Especially the AMGs, that's why they grunt a lot. Like, rrr. I haven't got tyre wear on, so super soft. I do wonder, like in racing, if you can have, say, soft rears and have super soft fronts. No problem is you're gonna have good back end grip, but then after a few laps you're gonna start understeering, ain't you? Because of the grip's gonna go, and they won't last very long. But the grip is phenomenal. But we'll leave them balanced. We ain't gonna touch any of this. We've got it maxed out, so we're at 664 brake horsepower power, and the car only weighs 1.1 tons. That weighs 1.2. Well, 1.25 tons the car weighs, and the car's got 790 brake. We'll leave the traction control on. We'll leave the driver Who remembers Gran Turismo 3 on spec when the track used to light up red? Then the driver used to light up when he was going too fast into the corner. It was quite good. Oh, car's quite smooth to be fair. Too fast. Shouldn't have done that either, that was just poor driving. Proper and smooth there. You're driving like this in a real world, it'd be absolutely atrocious. And sometimes it's not always best to have your car rev up to the red line, because the power dips at certain points. So when you take your car to a dyno, you'll see where the power dips as a shifting gear. So that could be the peak power of fourth, that could be the peak power of fifth. That would be the peak power of second, third. Nice and easy through this corner, slow acceleration on the way out. So you're coming around to this bend here, it looks like you can take it really fast, right, so you can't. Look, the computer's already telling me second gear, but I've learned from playing with other drivers online that 9 times out of 10 you want to be 1 gear up. And you want to try and keep in the boost range as well. It does seem to thing it, doesn't it? Sometimes slower is faster. So if you're ever approaching an island, so say this is an island, you see the corner, you know you can make it, you know it's a wide turn, take the outside line. We'll do it on the big bend in a minute. Just on a computer game. I know in real life it's totally different because you can't feel the weight of the car. I mean, the best steering wheel you can get, I mean, a Logitech G29 is good. However, to feel the weight of the car, you'd want a direct motor drive, which G29 has, but you want something that's a little bit heavier, a little bit more specific, with a better computer, the better function in it that will, like a Fanatec. If you really want to get into online gaming, like if you want to start online competition racing. Now there's a bloke online who races Formula 1, and he's called Pieface. And Pieface uses a controller, and he is quite good. He is quite good. Pieface. So that's your roundabout, yeah, so you come down. Don't forget that normal cars don't have stiff anti-roll bars, they don't have stiff suspension, they're built for the road for comfort. Where the rest of second, not too bad. No, I can fourth. Well, I can second. Second, that's not fast. But I am talking and I'm not concentrating. But yeah, Pieface uses a controller and he comes within the top 10. But the Fanatec steering wheel, it's got pure feel the weight of the car, rumble, feedback, the whole lot, whole works. So if you're entering racing competition for sponsorship, you need a Fanatec steering wheel. You don't need one, but it'll make your setup better for sponsors. You can use your controller, I suppose. But all competition, it's a competition gaming steering wheel. I mean, I've only got a Ferrari something. I've only got a Ferrari steering wheel, no one of the cheap 50 quid ones. And it uses an elastic band for torque feedback. Whereas on the Fanatec steering wheel, it's probably the closest you can get towards a simulator, I reckon, for commercial use. So we're coming into the roundabout, we took the outside line, the road's empty, we come here, it's down, nice and slow, take the driving line, come off the corner, the apex, that's what you're looking to feel. Just feel the car, the road, the apex and the driving line all become one. But you shouldn't be doing it on the road. You're just looking to feel the energy of the corner. You can feel the energy of the car. It's not aggressive, it's smooth, it's like the car wants to go there, like the car belongs there. Yeah, I'm losing the race because I'm talking too much. And I can't hear my engine. But a Fanatec steering wheel set you back £1,000 for the head unit module, another £500–600 for the pedals, and another £500 to £1,000 for the steering wheel, depending on what wheel attachment you get. And you have every button on there the same as an F1 car. Overtake, drag, DRS, race setup, different modes that are programmable. Most people use them for the thing. You're paying 1,000, just over £1,000, just for the force feedback module, and then you have to buy the pedals and the steering wheel separate. And then if you buy one second hand, yeah, that's great. You probably get one second hand with the steering wheel, but you won't get no pedals for about £1,000. I've already looked into it all. And you will probably have issues with it because you don't know how that person's been driving with it. You don't know how vigorous he's been. Let's get some more power out of the car, turn the traction control off. You don't know how vigorous he's been with it. You don't know whether he's yanked it or she's yanked it. You don't know what they've done with the pedal box, stamp tunnel. Now they come with adjustable springs as well, so you can set the stiffness of your brake pedals and your accelerator pedals. And that's what happens when you have no traction control. And then you go out and seek sponsorship and decal your own car, or find a computer programmer that can get you a mod where you can put your own sponsors' graphics on it. So you could be sponsored by a local company like Biffa Bins to do this kind of stuff. Not that Biffa Bins would sponsor a race car, a virtual race car, but then you would have to contact the game manufacturer and then use your sponsors in accordance with the car and then get it all made for you. But like I said, the car feels like it wants to be there. When you're in the zone, when you're not, even when you're not stoned or whatever, I used to play Nürburgring with the Formula 1 car. And you know when you actually get into the zone and you get that vision upon your eyes and you're in, not that tunnel vision, but the reaction time to all that. It's all good. The car's a nice smooth ride, but it's slow. Anyway, I've got to take her out to the toilet. When you go in the toilet then, you better not have done it in here. Have you been drinking out my coffee cup? Oh yeah. But yeah, when COVID times were on, I used to be signed up to a, I used to be signed up to the thinger, and then they used to take you out and you used to watch the online races. Come on then. Lottie, come on. Oi. Dallas up. Lottie, come on, in you come. Lottie. Good boy. So these are the treats that we've been training her with. Well, I've been training her with, and she absolutely loves them. I was training her with Pedigree Minis, and she gets on with those as well. So she gets on with Pedigree Minis. That. I know I'm not handling you properly, but we'll be alright. Sit! 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 Yes, nicely. So we've been training her with splats or sprats, which are, I'll show you. Lottie. See, she absolutely loves them. She thinks she can get them for free. So which are these? Which are little fish. Sit. Sit. Down. Down. Sit. Down. Yes. Close enough. She gets there. She hasn't quite got the part where she lays down. She kind of puts her head down, puts her body down, but she tries to haunch herself up. Sit. Lottie, sit. 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 Down. Sit. Down. Yes. There are also, there are other ways of training your dog to lay down, which is sort of like put them on a lead and it's quite a horrible way to get your dog to learn how to lay down, but it does work. I've tried it with an older dog, and he was really disobedient. And basically, what you did, you just give him. What's going on with the camera? It's chopped my head off. Lottie, calm down. There we go. Right. So basically, there was. Oh, go. There you go. Right. I had an older dog once, and he was an absolute nightmare. So what I did is I had to forcefully, because he wasn't a pup and he was old, I had to forcefully teach him how to lay down. So basically, I gave him just enough lead for him to sit so he'd be comfortable, and then put my foot on it. Right? And then just shortened it by about an inch so his collar would cock him down, and then lead the treat to the floor. And then he realised it was more comfortable to lay down. So then he laid down, and then eventually I loosened the leash, and then he stayed down. It's not a very nice way to treat your dog to lay down, but when you're trying to train them, then afterwards, it was good as gold, just laid down straight away. But yeah, today I'm playing some racing, and I'm doing this therapeutically because today I had a fit. I didn't realise it was Bank Holiday Monday, and I had to go to town, and there were issues. There was like issues with bus times and services, and struggling to understand what was going on, or like you had the electronic version, then you had the paper version, then the electronic version it'd say one thing somewhere, then anyway, it was just doing my head in. And then I realised I had to wait for an hour to a bus. I'm like one of these linear people that like to be able to, if I catch a bus, I catch a bus at a certain time. I get what I need to do, and I like to be at the bus stop for when the bus is 2 minutes before the bus is to arrive. It doesn't always happen, and it kind of stresses me out, especially if the buses can be busy. And I had a bit of a fit, and I nearly took my olanzapine, so I've still got some olanzapine left. But well, we're in a computer game, so it doesn't really damage the car's body unless I turn damage on. So increasing the value. So does increasing the value lower it, or does what? Close lower and close, however, blah blah blah. Curve damaging the car's body. The car's ride height may be independently adjusted, allowing you to alter the weight distribution between the front and rear wheels. I think the weight distribution's alright. This can be stiffened up to fuck. So if the car rolls, the car rolls. This can be stiffened up to fuck. Not a very comfortable ride. That's going to affect aerodynamics, I know, but still, I ain't touching camber. I don't understand the camber angles. Right. So yeah, I had a bit of an episode today. Whoa, that feels much better already. That's just straight into the corner. Whoa, 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 whoa. See that feeling there where it just got the apex just right? So this cone here tells me our latest braking point, this cone here tells me when to start turning. That's the apex, that tells me my exit, and then off I go. I used to double clutch as well. when accelerating, but like basically just give the engine a little blip as you change the gear to keep the engine in the boost range. So like when you're braking, like I used to just try and heel and toe brake with the controller, but it don't quite work. Anyway, let's get a lap. Let's just say do a few laps. Missed the apex badly. Ooh. The inside line, come on! The inside line cooks your tyres a lot more. And it's trying to find out the balance between it. So basically, if I take the inside line here, I'm putting a higher degree of turning force on the front wheels, and therefore wears down the rubber. So tactically, what I want to do, if I'm going into a head-to-head race with just one person and they're from the inside, I want to squeeze them to the tightest the inside as I can and hold them there and go the long way around, because they'll either back out for tyre life or they'll just want to run their tyres and they'll... Sorry, she's making... I'll wait till she's finished making the racket. And you'll have to thing it. But if you want to preserve tyre life, then you take the outside line because there's less turning force on your front wheels. So when I play on custom races, I play a lot, if that makes sense. I was going to set a hot lap then and then I spun out. I'll turn the volume up so I can hear the engine. Yeah, and then it's sat on your head. Oh, snatched at the throttle. Now, people have heard this story loads of times before. And I used to be a trucker's mate. Basically, you go into trucks and you sit there and you just talk shit for hours and hours and hours to keep them awake while they're driving. And what you do is, his brother used to be a rally driver, an amateur rally driver. And I drove around the car park in his little Peugeot 306 when we was at the docking yard. And his brother taught me, the earlier you brake into a corner, the faster you can accelerate out. But why is it when you brake late on good brakes, you get around the corner faster? See, that there is a prime example of peak power. So in second gear, I need to change the ratio of second gear to make it longer. because I'm spinning all the power away of second gear. I'll show you a lot. So first, second. If I'm still turning, the car ain't straight and I'm fully accelerating, it spins out. I've just noticed. So I just shift to higher gear, stop the wheels from spinning. Makes your car slower though. Don't make it fast. Boom, apex clipped. So you're looking for the straightest line in. So there's the line in, straight onto there, and that's 1, 2. The thing about driving is what I've realised from a computer game, not that I can do it in real life, is the fact that when you're taking multiple corners, you have to turn into the corner before you've even made the corner. But look, there's me turning into the corner before I've made the corner. I've cut the corner, but yeah. Although to be fair, back in 2019, I went for my first driving lesson. And he let me drive, and I was not heel and toe braking, but I was left foot braking. So because I was left foot braking, so if I left foot brake, keep my foot on the accelerator, as you can see, my car's still in the rev range of the turbo boost, so I stay on the boost. And he kept braking, he kept pressing the brakes, he thought we was going to crash. And I said, can we go out on the main road now? He said, no. I was like, why? He turns around and said, we'd be alright if you was learning how to race drive, but we're learning how to drive on the road. That's my first and last lesson with him. I like to ride the curb just a little bit, just to clip off some of that apex and get a... Because I see Formula 1 drivers, they don't use all of the road, like every single last bit of it. They just sort of use little bits of the road. Like they'll come in to turn in here, and they'll turn in, and then they'll cut the corner short there like that, and then they'll break down and they'll take the apex there, but then again use the tight of the road, and it's a slower line out, as opposed to going into the corner and then coming over using all of the road. So brake, I'm not using all the road there. I'll show you in a minute. Look at the state of my ghost car. My ghost car's a right mess. Let's get through these tight corners first. See, I've had to spin then, I had to skip second gear. So I've got a real bad, these mistakes happen. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, full. So I've got all of the roads, so I'll clip the apex there, and I've missed the apex on the way out. Oh yeah, I think someone's trying to spike me somewhere to stop me from doing it, but hey, so we've got the corner there, and then boom, on the apex, and then the car is not steering out for some reason. Why is that? So I'm going slower, so we've got there, and then there, and then now I've used all of the road, and I'm still within track limits. Because track limits say that you can put 2 wheels over that white line, but you can't put all 4 over the white line. So that's why you skip on that. Right, let's do a proper lap then. That was a bad corner, we'll do a proper lap next lap. Say that every lap. I need a shave. This whole gaming thing, like being a YouTuber, you need to have the right lighting settings, don't you? Like, look at the light settings. My face looks really dark because the light is behind me. wrong gear. Ah, come on! Let's get a smooth lapping. Once we've done that, playing with the gears. The only thing about having impulsive behaviour, you get an idea and you just do it. You know what I mean? You think it's going to make things better. It doesn't. Car's pretty low to the floor, it's not helping riding the curbs. Bit mess there, but it will do. That might a second, it will cost me a second.
Should be able to get more time out of that sector really. Fuck. Don't know what I'm doing. Not there, I didn't know. I had to break down again. I should be gearing up. Bastard, lost power and changing gear. Fuck off. I'm distracting. Too fast. But it was a faster corner. Fuck off! It's the wrong button. Come on, 128. Let's go 128. Come on. No, not this lap. Don't think I will. Not this lap, I don't think. No, so too. Jog on. Alright. Best time 1:29.51. Red Bull Ring Circuit, long with 2 thingy. Right, what's my optimum lap? My optimum lap. My fastest achievable lap was on lap 10 at 1:26.881. The highest lap I actually completely achieved was a 1:25.1. So my first sector should be 21, my second sector should be 39, my third sector should be 26.48. And that will give me my peak performance optimal time. But let's go back into car settings and change some stuff. Let's go to my gearbox. Okay, it's not adjusted on the graph, which is annoying, because then we have to work out the ratio. So first gear, every 3.22 turns, it turns the second gear 77 times, because the 77 times smaller. Every 77 turns the second gear at 2.616, gives me a 95, so every 95 turns the third gear. So we're going to increase that. So it has to turn a little bit more. Let's take that to, so 321 was the original amount of teeth. So if we add up to 50, and then for the first turn it has to make So if we change that by half a turn, oh wait, 321, 421, there isn't a 421, I can't increase it by half a turn. So increase it by a quarter of a turn. So a quarter would be 321 divided by 4, so 421 would be 25. So let's move it to 25 teeth. So we want 141, 146. We'll do this by 2/3, so I want this by 50%, so 50 points, so we want 230, 250, 304. Okay, so they're a little bit longer now. Now these are going to be too short, but that would be okay because I won't be having any wheel spin. So we'll dial those in later. Let's have a look again. Still a little bit twitch yet. That's better. Second gear's a lot better. And this is the third gear corner, so I could increase third gear. That's too fast. Must be about 75 miles an hour through there, to be fair. That was through at 80. One 126.782. Got my optimum lap on a scrappy lap. Done. So we count then. Right. Boom. Alright, see you all later. I'm gonna go toilet. I'm gonna chill out. Watch a film. Get my head down. Because today hasn't been a completely stressful day, but travelling on my own, nobody to talk to, no distraction, no music on in my headphones, no nothing. Quite annoying. She's bringing her ears back like that, I think. Alright, see you later.